Hi everyone, it's me, Lubna. Today is Saturday, October 26th, 2024. This video is dedicated to my beloved, and the topic of this video is going to be about how suffering is grace. And this topic came to my mind a couple of weeks ago because of a comment that somebody left on one of the videos I had made around that time. And at that time, I was also reading this book, The Road Less Traveled, A New Psychology of Love, Traditional Values, and Spiritual Growth by the psychiatrist 𝒔𝒊𝒏𝒈 MD. And I was reading the section titled Grace within this book. And in that section, Dr. Peck talks about the relationship between mental illness and grace. And he talks about how mental illness is a form of grace. And there was a paragraph that I read within this section that really spoke to me, so I wanted to share that paragraph with you today. And that is the paragraph right there in case you'd like to read it for yourself. And I'll read that aloud to you now. Here it goes. Those who have faced their mental illness, accepted total responsibility for it, and made the necessary changes in themselves to overcome it, find themselves not only cured and free from the curses of their childhood and ancestry, but also find themselves living in a new and different world. What they once perceived as problems, they now perceive as opportunities. What were once loathsome barriers are now welcome challenges. Thoughts previously unwanted become helpful insights. Feelings previously disowned become sources of energy and guidance. Occurrences that once seemed to be burdens now seem to be gifts, including the very symptoms from which they have recovered. My depression and my anxiety attacks were the best things that ever happened to me, they will routinely say at the termination of successful therapy. Even if they emerge from therapy without a belief in God, such successful patients still generally do so with a very real sense that they have been touched by grace. So that is the paragraph that I wanted to share with you today. And as I read that paragraph, I thought about my own sufferings in life. And just like any other human being, I have suffered in my life in many ways, mental and physical. And my suffering is different from your suffering. I know that you have suffered as well. It's just a part of being a human being. And recently I had made a video that was titled, Your Life is Your Curriculum, in which I talked about how each of us has a unique set of lessons that we are supposed to learn in our lives, and each of us has a unique set of experiences and sufferings that we have to go through in this lifetime. And I wanted to talk about, in relation to the paragraph that I just read to you, how we should view those sufferings. Instead of viewing them as burdens, as curses placed upon us, we should view them as gifts, as grace. Because by going through them, by taking responsibility for using them to our benefit, to the benefit of our spiritual growth, we are able to see them as a gift rather than as something that God has placed upon us as a curse. And in fact, developing that kind of a positive attitude toward our perceived burdens and handicaps, whether they are visible or invisible, allows us to grow from them instead of to allow those burdens to make us cynical and embitter us and deaden us on the inside. As I've touched upon in plenty of my previous videos, there are two ways that a person can react to any given situation or temptation in life. And we can either react negatively or we can react positively. We can either allow those situations to make us worse human beings, or we can allow those situations to make us better human beings, and we can take the high road and learn the lessons that were handed to us. That's part of the life curriculum that we have. And if we are to pass these lessons, then we have to learn from them and take responsibility for learning from them. And so, by sharing all of that with you, I wanted to encourage you to view your suffering as a form of grace. And while it's easy to look upon the lives of other people who might not suffer in the way that you suffer, and it's easy to look upon those other people as being the lucky ones, are they really the lucky ones? Are they really learning anything by having it easy? I say that you're the lucky one, and I'm the lucky one because of our sufferings. And our sufferings are gifts. Our sufferings are grace handed to us from divinity. And I am still suffering now in many ways that other people might not suffer, and we are all suffering in different ways. It's, as I said, just a part of being a human being. But again, rather than looking upon these sufferings as things that hold us back, we should view them as gifts and gateways to higher levels of being and higher levels of spiritual growth. I hope that my video today has encouraged you and inspired you to take a different perspective toward your sufferings and the things that you feel have been burdens to you in your life. Are they really burdens, or are they really gifts, and are they really points of inspiration for you to become better on the inside? It's all a gift, really. Your life is a gift, in spite of all of its hardships and difficulties. Those are all what make it a gift, because if you didn't go through all of those things, you wouldn't know how to appreciate the good things that happen in your life when they come to you. So I hope, as always, that you've learned something very valuable from my video today. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching my videos. It means the world to me because I put a lot of effort into making these videos for you. And with that, I'd like to wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world.